This is episode 191. Today we are talking about a concept that I've heard in the coaching community and has been fascinating. It's you are already a whole and perfect person. Welcome to Wellness in Every Season. We talk all things wellness to help you align yourself, align with your goals, find balance in your life, and just recalibrate yourself. If you are listening for the first time, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And let's get started in the rest of the podcast. So what does that mean? What does that mean to you? Let's ask that question first. What does that mean to you? You are already a whole and perfect person. We are in such a world where marketing tells us we're missing something and we need to buy the next thing or experience the next thing or whatever. And it really does feel like, if you're watching the video, these big things, right? And it just everything is vying for our attention, our mental capacity, our time, especially our money, our stress, our anxiety. They're feeding off of these negative emotions, really. Some of these things are seem positive, but it's really that negative, like, what am I lacking? But what is the concept of you are already whole and a perfect person? What comes up for you? Is your mind telling you, no, I'm not because of this and this and this and blah, 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 blah? I totally get it. That was the first thing that came up for me the first time I heard this. So this will be a short episode, but I want you to spend time meditating on this, okay? So don't go to the next episode of whatever your playlist, whatever. Just take time to think about this afterwards, okay? And it's better if you have some movement while you're thinking about this, even if it's just little bits of movement. That mind-body connection, let that happen. So I've shared this so many times, but it's been I even shared this in a coaching call last week. It's been foundational for me. And you can think about it other ways. This is not my religion whatsoever. But I took this class that was for coaches on positive intelligence, which is an interesting concept. And the concept of this is that you can be incredibly intelligent, like IQ intelligent. But if you don't have enough of that sense of safety within yourself and security of I'm okay, then a lot of your IQ doesn't really matter. Your IQ drops, actually. Whereas if you feel safely taken care of, loved, held, really well off wellness-wise, your IQ actually goes up. So that was the premise of the whole course. And there's a book that goes along with it. Whole premise. He started off, I think it was the very first lesson, talking about this Buddha statue. And I don't even remember where it was. It's an article from the 50s. I couldn't find a really good picture. Otherwise, I totally have it somewhere. But back in like the 1500s, like forever ago, right? I think little kids talking about forever ago. There was another country that was coming in to pillage this village. And they had a gold Buddha statue, huge one. And what they did is they took casting material that you put on a cast and they covered it so that they would not steal this gold Buddha statue. In the 1950s, archaeologists were going to fix it, make it nicer. And they took a crane and they were trying to lift it, only they thought that it was made out of plaster, not gold. So, of course, there's a huge weight difference, right? One crane. They're trying to move it, and the crane operator did not account for the weight difference because they expected it to be light. They dropped it. And that reminder of sometimes when things aren't going right in your life, something better is about to happen, just like with this statue. Well, it cracked the plaster. And that's when they realized holy crap, it's actually gold inside. And that goes with us. There are things in our lives that crack our exterior, and it allows us to shine through the true us that societal expectations have covered, that family trauma has covered, that our bad choices have covered, our negative self-talk has covered, whatever. So that's really the idea, is you are whole and you are perfect underneath all of this. So it goes back to what I talked about a couple episodes ago about being understood, is what's standing in the way of you truly coming back to yourself. We live in a society where we are told that we need to be, if we're creatives, if that's our hobby, if that's our main career, that we need to be creative in this way. We look at social media and the trending best social media, we need to do it this way to keep up with the algorithm, right? Even if we're just doing it for ourselves. Or we're an author, we should write books this way to conform, right? It's all about conforming. We don't want to stand out. But if we're too busy trying to be the same color crayon as everybody else, we're losing parts of ourselves. Maybe that's where that tension headache is coming from. That pain that you can't get rid of, that's in your shoulder blade or wherever it is on your body. Maybe that's where that sickness is coming from, where it's not contagious, but you seem to catch flu-like symptoms and nobody else in your family has it. Or you are sleeping and you're sleeping for 8 to 10 hours and it still doesn't feel like enough sleep. Or you can't get to sleep. Your sleep quality is super diminished. Or you can't seem to lose that weight. You're doing all the things right, checking all the boxes, but you can't seem to lose the weight. A lot of that is coming from you forgetting that you are unique and that you are on this earth at this time. You're in exactly the right place in the timeline of this world. And that you are here to make a difference and to bring good. And the best way you can do that is taking care of yourself so that you can then shine. Think about taking off all that plaster. And what does gold do in the sunlight? It shines. What needs to happen so that you can share your light with other people? You know the answer to that. And if you're really stuck and you don't know the answer to that, that's what I love about coaching. I don't have to give you all the answers. I ask the questions and give you space. It's like a coach in sports. I get to cheer you on, I get to ask you questions, I get to give you homework. And it's so energizing seeing people have these amazing aha moments and change their lives in ways that they never could on their own, because they are stuck with the same negative voices in their mind. So that's where the concept of you are already whole and you're a perfect person. We have so many things telling us that we're not. We are even telling us that we're not. We're over here trying to make changes in our lives, but we're still saying it needs to be in exactly this way, and it needs to look like this, and taste like this, and texture, and blah, blah, blah. And we are putting the hurdles in, telling ourselves that we need to jump over them. And then we get exhausted and we trip over the hurdles. The hurdles are the things you jump over while you're running, if that helps. So, what does this bring up for you? What really needs to change? What is really dampening your light? The truth of who you are? Are you maybe so focused on money that you're not focused on the true path that you should be on? Are you maybe so stuck in negative relationships that are tearing you down that you're not seeing the other relationships that you can form? that will light you up and inspire you? Are you maybe listening to other podcasts that are maybe more negative? There actually is some data on true crime podcasts not being really great for you emotionally, psychologically. Are you maybe not getting the amount of sleep that you should? That's me. That's something that I'm slowly working through this year. And maybe instead of pushing so hard against all these things that you should be doing differently, maybe it's the stillness that you need and that reminder who you are underneath all the layers. What do you need to change in your life to get to be able to see those glimpses of the real you? I promise you, once you start to see the glimpses, you will want more. You'll crave more. And it's an amazing experience. What is coming up for you during this time? Maybe you need to take a second to text it to yourself while you're driving if you have CarPlay. Or pull off on the side of the road and write about it. Or maybe just keep jogging, keep doing whatever you're doing, cleaning your house while you're listening. And reflect on it. And if you're someone that needs music, I highly recommend a meditation station. Ask Siri for one. Or ask Siri would be Apple, ask Google. But in all of this, you've got this. And we'll say it again, you are already whole and a perfect person. We all have layers of stuff. But have you noticed the people who really attract, I think Mother Teresa, Gandhi, who would be in today's time? Just have to think about it. And sometimes there's people who have moments in their life where they really align and they attract other people. And then maybe something happens. We've all had that, caught glimpses of other people's true self and then our own. But think about that. Who in your life is like this? What is it about them? And then how can you have that about yourself? What do you need to shift and align? And I am giving you the courage to make those changes and the love of yourself to make those changes. And I will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I hope that you found the answers that you needed and you had some amazing aha moments. Please share this episode with others because it helps us align ourselves and then better align the world so that we can seek the healing that we really are looking for. As part of the legal language, I am a certified life coach with a bachelor's in applied health. That is what I am leaning on for this. This is general advice. Take it as such. See you in the next episode.